here's the 99 Buick Century, and it's going to be one of the last videos you'll see of it because the transmission died about a month ago and it's been sitting here. We're just waiting on having time to strip it of good parts and scrap the rest. Yeah, the transmission lost third and fourth gear and it slips really badly. It still drives. I mean, we drove it right there, but yeah. And the car is just not worth fixing. It's too bad of shape. So we got another Buick Century. You'll see that in another video. It's a 1998 green Buick Century Limited. I'm kind of gonna miss it. I like the white. The other one's green, but at least it shows the chrome more. And the other one, if it does break down, it's in 4 times better shape than this one. The other one doesn't have any rust. It's been rust proof since new. This one has never been done, and it's suffering from it. The typical GM peeling paint. Yep. And also, that's my little 1994 F-150, which used to have a newer front clip, but was all beat up and rusted out. So I replaced it with a older one, and the only thing I have to do now is install the bumper. But to install the older bumper on these newer trucks, you have to chop the frame up to about here. As you can see that mark right there, because the bumper would stick out too much. Other than that, everything's done. The full tune-up is done, new cooling system. It runs and drives great, but it's gonna need a clutch now because since I did a tune-up on the engine found a lot more power than it used to have, and it's slipping the clutch. And the axle U-joints in the front are seizing, so I'm gonna need to replace that before putting it on the road. So yeah, that's about it. That's what it's going to look like for winter. I'm not going to paint it this year. And well, poor Buick. I guess I could fire it up for one last time. Yep. I'll make a video on the new older Buick that we got after I clean it, because it's a little dirty inside. And just like that. Pop the hood and listen to that knock knock. Yep. I'm gonna miss that, to be honest. The tranny died at 204,000 kilometers. That's pretty sad, to be honest, but it's got a lot more problems than the tranny, as you can see. So yeah, that's that. I'm probably going to do another video on this Buick, running it straight pipe, because this Buick has a brand new exhaust system on it from a year ago, and we're going to save all the good and new parts on this car for the other one. So what I'm going to do, we're going to unbolt the exhaust off of it, and when we do, I'm going to fire it up and get a video of that. I can't wait to do that. That's going to sound awesome in the neighborhood. And also, that little F-150 has been running great too. It's been my daily driver for the past 2 weeks, because I'm working on the van. I'm doing the head gaskets on it and the injector pump. I'm almost done. I'll get a video of that once I put it back together and fire it up. yeah, as you can see, it still dries, but barely. Century Custom with white walls. And I'm gonna miss this one, to be honest, for the basicness of it. It's got manual seats, no buttons on the steering wheel for the radio. The other one has that. The other one's got the auto tilting rear view mirror, the wood grain on the doors. Like, it's got everything. Tape and CD radio. This one only has tape. And I'm gonna miss the cleanliness of this car, but I'll get the other one just as clean once I get the time to. Oh, right, that door doesn't work. The power lock doesn't work in this door anymore. Yeah, it's a nice roomy car. I love that stock exhaust rumble, but it's gonna sound even nicer straight piped. Get a bit of better look at the mileage. 204,020, and the dash is like a Christmas tree. The other one has 181,000 kilometers, which is about 113,000 miles. This one has 128,000 miles. Oh well. Hard brake actually still works. Alright, that's it. I'll lock her up. What's pretty sad is the transmission died 3 days after we came back from Days Farm with it. It's an 8-hour drive, and I'm the one that drove it. And I did it straight 8 hours non-stop. We only stopped twice. Once to fuel up and the other one to eat. And it did it amazing on the trip. The tranny just died one day to the other. We came back and we used it for 3 days, and on the third day I think we went grocery shopping with it. We came back, and then the next day this happened. But I know exactly what happened. This car has a 4T60E transmission, which is a very, very popular transmission with the GM front wheel drives. And what happens is that the inner clutch piston seal, inner forward clutch piston seal, the seal loses its seal and it loses pressure through that seal, and what happens is this: it loses third and fourth gear and it slips. So GM came out an update kit to this to fix this, and the kit is installed when the transmission is rebuilt. But like I said, this car is just not worth that kind of money to have it rebuilt, because I can't take the transmission out myself, because it's a job and a half in a front wheel drive car. So the hell with it, we bought another Buick, $1,000, can't go wrong, and we have this one for parts. Well, yeah, it went down to Days Farm, and the tranny died 3 days after, 8-hour drive each way. And the nice thing about these cars is they're a pretty good size. They're not that big, but they're not small either. And on the way there, I got calculated 28.2 miles to the, or no wait, 28.6 miles to the gallon on the way there. That's because we hit heavy traffic. We were stuck in traffic for an hour and a half here in Ottawa. And on the way back, we hit zero traffic all the way from Days Farm all the way back home, and I calculated 31.2 miles to the gallon, which is awesome for a car like this. And I was doing 70 miles an hour. I was doing 110 the whole way, which is 70 miles an hour on the cruise control. We were 3 in the car, me and 2 friends, and the trunk loaded up with our stuff. In the back seat too, the ass end was dragging, but hey, it did it no problem.